that. I just wish you can just like, you're this, okay, then you research it, figure it out, and then by the time you get to an age of emotional, intellectual maturity, like drinking and all that, then yes, fine, go ahead, knock yourself out.
I came into this conversation and I'm not sure what the beginning of it was.
It's actually letting roads and side hustle directions. He's very good at going around the subject before attacking it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like
What's the subject? What's the
that is a good
conversation?
Originally, I was asking about a post and I made a post, and my sister said, employers can see that, and I was like, well, I care about my soul, but okay. But I was like, so I asked him, okay, well, I guess I was in a different way asking him, do you think I was wrong? And he said, I agree nor disagree, because he sees the objectives of both sides, I guess.
So the subject matter is, how early should the conversation of gender and what that means?
Well, that wasn't my question. I don't mind that. That's not a problem for me. My problem is the fact that in society we are practicing the fact that you can give a child the choice and pay for them to become going under the scalpel. It's like, that's my, no.
Oh, you mean surgery?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was clear on that.
No, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't want them to go under surgery. That should never be done.
That should never be done until they're 18 years old.
Thank you.
And make that decision.
That's why I was a little confused when you were like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute.
No. Surgery in any way, shape, or form should not be.
Okay, I was so confused when you were like, it's my what? I was like.
So you're talking sex, not gender, sex.
Well, the problem is you can't. The words are so scrambled in my brain because everyone's everywhere at once.
Right. Well, like I said, society treats both as the same.
There you go. Okay, I was about to walk out of here. Not walk out, but I was about to get out. Well, I just don't agree, and that's it. I just don't agree. Simple as that. And that's how I wish people could be, because even if you don't agree, you could just not agree, and that's it. Like, you're not going to stop talking to people.
Right.
And
surgery.
this is where I get into trouble.
Yeah.
With people. I don't think there should be surgery, sex changes at all. That's how I feel.
Thank you.
That's how I feel. If you feel like you're a woman, live like a woman.
That's what I was
saying. Dress
saying.
like a woman.
Yeah.
Male or whatever. This is where I always get into trouble, because I don't agree in
Right.
altering genitalia.
Right, because I was like, wait a minute, they're like, oh, I'm a woman. I'm like, okay, do you want to live like a woman? Because you can't, because that's your body. And I'm like, don't you, like, and again, like you, I get into trouble. It's like, well, I'm a woman. I'm like,
well, I think you can live as a woman.
Right,
or
you
live
can't
as a
just
man.
live like
But
a
that's
lifestyle.
more here and that's less here.
It's mental. It's more in the
opinion.
brain and what you like,
Correct.
rather than your
Correct.
actual biology.
And how you think, how you feel, how you, because my fear is once you make that decision, you can't go back.
Right.
And if down the road, 20 years, you go, oh my God, what have I done? It's too late.
Right. And that's what I was always so mad about, because like, oh, you got like children that can make these, like that's what I was talking about, the candy shop. Like they going into it, I made the analogy, it's like almost like society of why you're going into a shop, like, do you want vanilla, do you want sprinkles, it's like that. They're just shoving all this into these little poor children. They're all they worry, like my biggest worry all the way up to 11, like okay, I'll go up to now, is snack time. I don't care. I just want to eat, I want to have fun. I'm not going to care about my sex. I might care about it in my me time, but I'm not going to care about it.
Right.
Like, it's like no child is going to have this on the forefront.
Right.
Unless they have screwed up parents, then that's unfortunately the parents' fault.
Yeah.
It's like, that's my problem, and it's like because I'm like, you want to live like a woman, dress like a woman,
Yes.
go for it. I don't care.
Absolutely.
But the biology and the mindset's two different things. That's always been my thing. And I think that, and to me, I think that's the best peace ground for conservatives and the other party, because that's always been like, why isn't that just the answer? Why do you have to conform, and get children to try to conform to this? And like, why are you stuffing it down their throats? We already don't like it with Christianity or other religions or atheism. So what gives you that right? And that's when I get in trouble. I'm like, you're homophobic. I'm like, I will take that charge then, because I'm respectful then. And you're just a bully. You're just a Karen. We don't like. That's one of the things that some people, not all, obviously LGBT. That's why I hate toxicity. Of it. Like you're basically Karens, and you're getting away with it. This is what happens when you give Karen too much power. The crazy ones, not the sane ones.
Well, there's unfortunately this with anything, whether it's religion, whether it's
Right. Anything.
straight, gay, anything. I'm saying
Anything.
we want to be heard so much and understood so much that we take the platform that the religiosity and the zealots take because we want to do that, and then we interpret it as becoming like the counterparts that you're complaining about. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like you're becoming your own.
But
You're
it really
becoming
is
prosecutors.
it really is just wanting to be heard and seen and understood.
Right.
And so that's why being kind
Right.
and trying to establish understanding
Right.
is important, but we can only do that on a one-on-one basis. We can't do that as a group. There's never going to be equality ever.
There
There will be equality for people who look like you.
What?
So there will never be equality
I did
for
not
people
hear
who
what you
look
said
like
for a
you.
second. Yeah, no.
There will never be equality for people who look like me.
No.
Because I'm a threat to certain sects of people as well.
Yeah.
And again, it comes down to just the one-on-one, taking the time to get to know people, love people.
What did you think when I said mutilating children then? Because that's what it meant. Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
what did you think I meant then when I said mutilating children?
Well, I knew surgery was probably an aspect of it, but I wasn't sure.
No,
if
it was
core
the aspect. It was never the gender. I'm sorry. I was so confused when you went, you just had this look, I think it's fine. I'm just like, I was panicking inside. Like, who are you? What have you done? I know Andrew loves children. This is not Andrew. It's like, I was so confused for a second.
Yeah. No, no.
I'm filming this, by the way, because I asked for his opinion. Is that okay? Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't want to go to jail.
Being a mother and being a mother of 2 gay children, and I would never let them make a decision like that for themselves until they were 18.
I would not even care until they're like at least 25.
But there has to be steps taken.
Right. At least that, you gotta think about it.
We research as a family. We research with a doctor, with a psychiatrist, with all through all the stages of childhood. Because in adolescence, they may have that thought, but then when they turn into puberty, it may change, or vice versa. I think it's something that you always have to be. But at the same time, if your little boy wants to wear a skirt, your little boy wants to wear fingernail polish,
So do the Scots.
or wear
earrings.
earrings, girl wants to wear a baseball cap, and
Yeah.
okay,
No,
it's fine.
You know what? One thing I want. Okay, can
Excuse
we
me.
agree on something? Little girls are little monsters.
They're all of
such.
them.
I know, but they're such monsters that they want to be. I think boys
I think
get
it
the worst
depends
rap.
on their rearing.
That's fair. But it's like, I mean that in a fun, silly, chaotic way though. It's like, they're so loud and they're so, and then again, stereotypes of and then gender and stuff like that. And I'm just like, it's like if I had to pick a side, I think girls are more brutal. Just like on average.
I think girls are more brutal on an emotional level,
Well, that's true, yeah.
and I think boys are more brutal on that bully side of the physical,
Yeah.
the brutality part of that.
But again, I think that's probably taught. Because if boys were left to their own devices, that would
and
be fine.
societally charged again, because that kind of behavior
Absolutely.
really doesn't show up in young children when they're just around young children all the time.
One time at Walgreens, there was this little boy, and I just said, "Oh, I like the thing," and then he came up to me, and gave me a hug. It was the sweetest thing. I left like only feeling like his hair. Like I was blessed by the child. I'm
Yes.
happy.
Yep.
I think I looked nuts to the clerk.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah.
What mattered was the child.
Yeah, he was such a sweet boy. Immediately, I was like, God, protect that child.
Yeah,
Right?
Protect that child. We need more like him.
Right.
indeed. So what is your class schedule look like?
Theater history, American theater history, like
World
an
War.
audition class, right?
Yep, she's got her audition, the required that they
Mhm.
always do
And
for
then
freshmen.
dance,
Mhm.
and then the music. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, the music one, the name of the course, I
It's
don't.
probably intro to music
Yeah, but I don't know if it's
theory.
music because the way it's worded doesn't sound like theater.
Could
It
be
just,
fundamentals of music.
it just sounds like, that doesn't even sound like fundamentals. Like, it's the weirdest title. I was like, that could just be a basic, like, music history course.
She already has a music history
Or, well, I know, but again, the way it's worded,
I bet it's fundamentals of music.
makes sense.
Okay.
Music theory.
So that's what I would assume it
You have to
is.
have that.
Stupid title.
What else do you have?
So are some of the other
I have-
courses. Just weird
I don't
titles.
really, that's mostly I have like 5
Mhm.
classes. So yeah, 3 theaters, 1 dance, and 1 music.
And then one music.
Good for you.
Thank you. I would have taken more, but I didn't want to get too much on my plate.
Don't do that for your first semester.
No.
That was the other one, the fundamentals of theater. So learning basic costume tech, theater tech, lighting tech, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited.
You'll find your people.
I will, but I'm a little worried because I think I'm with partiers. My roommates are partiers. Like, I don't think they're partiers, but like, let's go out and drink. And I'm like,
You just go.
I'll watch. I'll be the person. I'll be the sober person you take
Right?
you home.
I mean,
Yep. Yep.
You
Absolutely.
cannot get a drink in me. You could just not. I
Yeah.
don't
There's no
do
reason
that.
to.
I don't.
You're gonna have lots of classes and stuff to focus on, especially in theater.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like outside rehearsal time and meet with this group and blah blah blah. So
And theater people are heathens, so you need to know that.
Yeah. No.
They are heathens.
No. Really?
We are heathens.
But this red haired guy right here is nothing but a heathen. Come on, no, don't tell me that. But I thought he was Peter Pan or Richard and Murder Boys.
I curse you / bless you too. You're gonna have a friend in your department who's just like me.
That's literally a blessing.
That's what I
not,
said.
that's
It's a
not
curse blessing.
You will.
Oh.
It'll be
They're
great.
gonna be nerds,
It'll be
heathens.
great.
Although I do have a question. Now this is not meant to say like you're wrong or anything, but I was like, oh, here's a turnaround on an argument. You know how you said you like to look at nature and God's perspective on things?
Mhm.
What if you're wrong? What if you were never meant to like look at nature because the world ain't perfect? It's meant to look at God, and you can't picture God. So what do you do with that?
Then why was nature created to be visually beautiful?
Because God's an artist.
Oh, then we were meant to look at the art.
Eh. One of these days,
An artist subjective.
one of these days, I'll get you something.
Give me a hug, girl. I gotta go and take a shower.
I'm not trying to like prove you wrong, but I'm just saying like one of these days I'll get better at counter arguing.
And I look forward to it. It'll be great.
Maybe you just quote unquote cursed me to do to your undoing. What if I do meet 5 of you?
I love it.
What if I do meet 5 of you and come back to destroy you?
I love it. Bring it on.
Okay.
I love it. I will absorb them and become stronger.
No, let's be honest. They'll never beat you. The closest I will is when you're in a coma and you can't reply back.
Even then, my hand will start moving. They'll put a pen in it, and I'll write the response. You'll be like, "Damn it!
Like, don't give her the pencil.
Don't give me the fuck
I'm like,
I start sign language. I'm like, dang it!
And then you use force.
Yes. Yeah. All of a sudden, a pencil will just lift, and it'll start writing. You're like, oh god.
Damn it. And the coffee will spill and write down.
It'll
the
write
words.
something. Yep. That's what'll happen. That's what'll happen.
Yeah, I think I'll post this on my YouTube channel as a response. I mean, my sister means well. I have various sisters, but the nice one means well. I know that, but yeah, this employees are gonna see that. But do you think that would be a problem?
Again, it depends on what kind of jobs and whatever you ever get into.
I like theater, so
People can not hire you for just your opinion, let alone what you have posted anywhere on social media. So
yeah,
eh,
that's what I was thinking. I'm like you
And the
can
reality
hire for anything nowadays.
The reality is we have to, as a society, get over ourselves and be okay with working alongside people who have a completely different view from us.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different view, because that's just life. You can't, it's impossible to find a group of people that you all think exactly the same.
And if you do, then
You'd be sheep.
Yeah.
And we're not capable of that as humans.
No.
I have things that my friends and I share viewpoints on, and then there are some things that completely different. Even though they're very open-minded as well. Like I said, I think I'm the only Jamaican in the world.
One of my favorites, my favorite relationships, other than the ones people who I feel have a brain, are the ones where I get along with them, and I'm always pleasantly surprised I get along with them because I know they think differently than me. And I always have it, how amazing is this? This is a gift because it's an example. But then and then more than often I meet those people and they, of course, I'm a bad person, you know, and one more thing, and I think I'll be spiteful about it till the day I die, unless I meet her and she says I'm sorry, and I'm like, okay, now we're good. But that one girl in high school who just, a whole year of friendship, and the one time she realizes I'm Christian and thinks I'm lying, that I really don't understand this stuff, she just throws me under the bus and says I'm horrible, evil, spawn of Satan.
I mean, you know how close my mom and I are, and that subject alone we vastly disagree on. Yeah. And yet we're still, it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't view her as less than. I don't have an issue with her because of that. I have an issue with you because you have a close standpoint that she does. It's totally fine.
And knowing you, it's like you just, I think you're fine with it more than others is because you have that sense of compassion and empathy.
Absolutely. And again, your thoughts and your opinions are not under my control or power or jurisdiction.
No.
And the only time that it is my business is if your thoughts and opinions are harmful to me or someone else I love, then I get to speak up. Not to try to change your opinion or thoughts, but to go, that might be your opinion, but that's actually damaging to this person. So these are those moments as a human that you just gotta shut the fuck up.
Yeah, okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have to. I have opinions on circumstances and situations that I'm in often in life that I don't voice in that moment because
it's not going to do any good.
It's not going to do any good. It's not going to change anything. Or it might be harmful. The only time I have opinions and whatever that are harmful are usually to exceptionally old world conservative Christian people. That's when I have some harmful opinions of them. Are they truthful? A little bit, and they're a little based in truth. But it would be harmful.
But they're almost dipped, and then the rest is crazy.
It would be harmful for me to voice that to them. It would damage them. It would hurt them, and I'm not going to do that. Instead,
I thought you were talking about their view.
Oh, no. Oh, theirs are super harmful. Yeah. But my opinions of them are a little harmful, which is why I don't voice them. So instead I have conversations with them, and I try to get them to a place in our conversation where I can share, that thing that you do all the time, or that comment that you make, let's talk about that, whatever. Instead of me going, you're a blah, 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 bleep, 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 piece of bleep. And then walk away. It would be harmful, it wouldn't do any good.
No, but it'd be epic.
It would be. I've always wanted this. But I can be in a room with those kinds of people. We have a handful of those kinds of families that still come to Gateway and have students here. Super ultra old world conservative.
Does that grandma still give you those dirty looks?
No, not she's not here anymore.
Oh, that's
but I can be in a room with them. It doesn't hurt me. My flesh doesn't melt off. There is no reason, and this is where I disagree with a lot of people on all sides, honestly. Yeah. Honestly.
I think I know
all
what you're
sides.
Yeah.
You can be friends with someone who has the opposite opinion of you. Yeah. It is possible. And no side wants to admit that it is, because they're like, no, because I'm betraying people who are like me, and how, if my Buddhist friend sees that I'm friends with this person who outwardly destroys and blasts the Buddhist religion and the blah, 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 and I talk to them, I'm betraying this friend. Do I agree with them every time they speak up? No. Am I known to stop them in those conversations when I hang out with them all the time? Yes. Am I known to every time they go to say something, I go, whoa, 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 not around me. You know better. Yes. Then am I betraying this friend? No. Not at all.
You're just having boundaries.
But society sees that as betrayal because I'm still friends with this person.
It's very immature. I've always found it so crazy. It's like, okay, we teach 3-year-olds better manners.
Well,
and they get it.
How am I supposed to reach them with some knowledge and truth if I'm not friends with them first?
Also, how do you even supposed to even understand anyone?
I need to get to know them so that I understand where's that hate coming from. I can't just stand at the street corner and scream just as much hate at them as they are to me and think, but my hate's justified because your speech was hateful first. No, mama, you're being hateful too. Calm down. What I need to do is I need to sit at a table and have coffee with that person and get to know them, get to know who they are. Why do you think this? What is your life? What has happened? Da, 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 da. Eventually, you're gonna find the trigger that happened, something, someone, some blah blah, some experience. Otherwise, if they don't have one, they will stop their friendship with you without you having to do anything because they know that you now know there's no reason for their hate. They're just hateful. Boom. Now I'm gonna be done with that person.
Okay.
Now, if I stay with someone who's just hateful, now that's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because that's harmful to me.
Yeah.
I don't need to be around that energy.
I do have a question, and we talked about this before, and I just want to get this over with before I leave. But it's like, my question is, back to weddings. I always get so mad, because I heard a story, and this got me so mad. Again, with toxicity. This is more toxicity, and this is what I was worried about. Was this woman was having a wedding. My mom told me the story. This woman was having a wedding, and the best groomsman was by, and he liked wearing a dress, and he said, okay. And they worked it out. And he's the best man. And then this 14-year-old boy said, oh, I think I'm a girl. And she was like, okay, so you want to wear a dress? And he, I don't know, just the way they acted was just laughing at them and being rude. And she was like, I don't think he really means it. I don't know, and I don't know how to deal with this because I know he's going to make a scene now because he's doing that a lot and the rehearsals and all that. So, and people just, even in the comment section, demolished her for this. And I'm like, this is what I was afraid of. It's like, because it's one thing where you're just like, it's my wedding near the highway, and all that, but it's another when now, because I just feel like, what's going to stop a monster father-in-law to say, oh, I'm a woman now, wear a poofy dress, and that he knows will take the show, it won't be white, but it will be pink, and take the show away from the bride, and what's going to stop him from doing that, and using, oh, you're being homophobic, and he will win, because people aren't going to think about it. Or something like that, and that's where I'm afraid of. Obviously, I think if people had all the information, I would hope they would be like, oh, no, you're justified. But because of that post where she explained herself, and you already know she's not homophobic, she still got slammed. And that's the toxicity I was talking about that I was afraid of. Because it's like, what's going to happen one day if I have a wedding, God forbid, this happens, because I will go to jail probably. I'll call you. You'll be there anyway.
Right.
Anyway, so it's like God forbid, but it's like if anyone tried that shit in my wedding. Wow, I will have a lot of stairs, so maybe nobody might survive that. Let's find out. I'm so mad about that. And because I saw that toxicity and I was like, it's coming. It's coming. I see it.
Well, it's already here.
It's already here, yeah.
But the problem is there's toxicity on the other side too.
Oh, I know. But my point is, that's what I'm worried about, and I wish we can just admit that it's there.
Another issue is stuff that happens in people's private lives and moments like that just should never reach social media, period. Because that was a situation between them and those family members and their wedding day.
And it's so bad because the family just they just didn't come to the wedding. And I felt so mad for her.
Well, then here's the reality of that. Then they didn't need to be at the wedding, and they don't need to be in your life. Mm-hmm. Because if anyone actually knew you and loved you and knew that you weren't that kind of person, then they wouldn't have read that situation wrong. If they read the situation wrong, then they don't need to be in your life because they obviously don't care enough about you to try to figure out the truth of the situation. Or, we also know this, it's very easy to paint yourself to be a beautiful angel on social media and go, I'm being attacked by this group. See, this is my issue with homosexuals and blah, 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 blah. I made this beautiful situation for one of our groomsmen and somebody else took it far. She might have been a monster and made a huge monster situation out of it. And that family was justified in leaving. We don't know. We don't know the actual truth of the situation, how it went off.
She did post an update, but unfortunately Reddit wouldn't allow her.
Because, again, I can make myself sound like a 62-year-old Army veteran who has had 25 adopted children on social media. Who would ever know the truth? No one. No one. I could get into a fight at a bar and get the shit beat out of me because I would not last well in a fight. End up in the hospital. Now, I started the fight. I caused the issue. I was using awful language, blah, 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 blah. All I would have to do is take a selfie in the hospital, myself all beat up, post it and go, hate crime. I was at a bar and these people beat me up because I'm gay. The bar would be shut down. People would be finding those people on social media and bullying them and blah, 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 blah. Their behavior justified because they're trying to protect someone. They're trying to protect someone like me, who every day, hello, people like me do have the shit beat out of us everywhere. So the public's reaction is beautiful. We should do that every time something cruel or whatever happens. Absolutely.
But it's dangerous.
But it's also dangerous to do that just off of social media.
Right.
Social media is not truth. Social media is not the place to go to then try to defend and hold people up. It should be, because it should be a beautiful place where we can voice our fears, our brokenness, or whatever, and people come to our defense because we're posting truth. But like with our discussion about gender, it's toxic on this side, it's toxic on this side if you're 100%.
Right.
Social media is toxic on this side of 100%, where I can if I am just having a moment where I just need all the attention on me and I need people to pity me because that gives me life and fuels me, I'm going to make a post about, I'm suicidal, I think I'm going to kill myself tonight. And nobody is going to care.
I could never do that. You know what my friend was, guess what, she's a Muslim. Anyway, there you go, example. By the way, freaking angel. Anyway, she was like, you're so pure, how are you a pure person? Internally and instantly I cringe so hard because I know she means well. I know she means every word, but I'm not, and I know it. I can never take such a compliment because that's too. I can understand like saying, "Oh, you're awesome." Yeah, damn right, bitch. I'm awesome. I won't say it because she's very appreciative. I don't know what her language will allow. But it's like when you go a pure, I'm like, oh. No, the sun, it burns.
That's just when you go, thank you. That means so much that you think that of me.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, that's when you can, that's what I say when people are like, you're just sweet all the time and you're just, well, I'm like, that means the world to me that you think that of me. Thank you.
I guess it's better than what I said. I just said I am not perfect, but I tried to be good.
That's a great response.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you. I am not totally not perfect, but I try to be as good as possible.
Right.
Thank you for that.
But it's so hard because to me she's a darling. Like she's that friend you protect at all costs. And I'm just like, it's like I know you read well. I know you read well, but it stings because I know, I'm truthful. So when people put themselves up there like that, I can't imagine that. I don't, it's not in my concept. I can understand being funny and silly wearing a crown and feeling good for 10 seconds. That's fun. Silly, fun, great, fun. Feel powerful, but not like legit think that. I'm like, no, if I went to war, I'd be the first to probably die. And not even from war, it would just be out of laziness or
I'd have a heart attack out of fear.
I'd be so dehydrated. I'd be so dehydrated. That's probably how I would even survive. They just think I was dead.
Yeah, just play possum.
Yeah.
Fake that you're dead. Yeah.
Go hide underneath the bodies and hope germ and disease and all that don't get you, and then there you go.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like sold to Ukraine. I'm a little pissed because I have the flag on my screenshot saver thing, and I swore I would keep it on there until they won the war. They better win. Anyway, but it's like, but at the same time, it's like, I had this picture, but I swore it, and I have to do my part because I'm broke. It's my own fault. So it's a little token of my respect. Dear, I was never like, oh, I swore.
I made a promise.
Oh, my dad's calling. Alright, but
can you hear me?
Out of curiosity, how much are you gonna miss me? Love you too. Love you too, bitch.
Well, I will definitely miss seeing you in person, but I know we'll have our phone calls and our Zooms and whatever, but I will absolutely miss you in person. But I know I'm not rid of you yet. You're not rid of me yet.
Honestly, you have to go to the grave before you get rid of me. I think I'm just like, Ferragamo, I don't need you. Like, you're literally my Ferragamo.
I'll just become a real Mother Willow after I die, except when I'm still there.
Oh my god, I feel like, right now I think you just cursed me because I'm going to be on my desk writing a story or whatnot, or an article, and you're going to be dead for like 5 years by that point. And I'm going to be like, and then you're going to smack me in my subconscious, and I'm like, okay!
Yep. I was like, what was that? Ew. Rewrite that. It's like, that's terrible. You were like, when I said, I want you in my life for the rest of my life, even after you die, I did not mean that.
Right, I can just imagine my husband is walking in with a coffee, drinking, and sees a jerk. And he just go like, again? Again?
Andrew, again. I will start more coffee.
I really do hope I find a guy. This is why I'm so curious. And even if he's the one or not, I'm so curious. Because I want to bring him solely just to put in front of you and see what you do. It's like, there's no one in this life I can trust. Like, if I were, like, I cannot bring them to home. Their judgments are, no one's judgments are great in my home. Not to do you.
It's not helpful in life.
I don't trust myself. Well, I do have weird friends, but, love is blind.
Right?
Maybe that's it. Pride went over the limit and it exploded rainbow colors, and now we can't see, and our own toxicity on parts of it. There you go.
Now we're just humans, and we can never. Balance is not our gifting. In the pursuit of balance, we'll always go to the other side of the scale.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back to the other side of the scale.
Did you hear? I saw this on the news. I had to check because it was just a video, so I had to check to make sure I have all the angles on it, so I don't take my word on it. But I saw a video of a Christian man getting angry, and a lot of other parents were getting angry at the school. And I agree that they should have been notified, as anyone should be notified. So but apparently, to according to the story, they were having these kids watch these videos before class and saying, do you think you're a boy or do you think you're like? And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. We don't even say God and trust anymore. Why do we even? That's like that's not no offense, but I got Nazi vibes in a way, but just with the rainbow color. Just like flag, anyway. But in the sense of the way they were sounding, and honestly, now this is my conservative side popping out, and I know it. So that's why I'm saying I have to recheck now, but I'm fairly certain. But it just kind of sounded, because the way it was sounding is the fact that the principal did not even have the parents notified about any of this, and they're asking the children. They found out other things too, and the teachers are mad about it too, and they're like, what the heck? Why did you even? You could have just told us. Like, oh wait, I asked them. You never told us. And they're like, well, too bad. And I'm like, whoa, okay. I can understand simply just not agreeing with that, but to not even, they pay your taxes. Like they pay your bills, and that's where I was like, if we're actually that far along, then I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to just nope. I'm going to have to just team out of that one. Sorry, gays. Sorry, LGBT. But I'm just like that's a mess that you guys are going to have to answer for, because if that is true, if that really is how it happened. Because I'm like, nope, that was way too far gone. I can understand wanting more representation, like child books or something. Like Misha, I don't know why I said that one, but Misha has two moms. But that's it. Like normalize it. But I couldn't understand. Like anyway, it's strange.
We're in a strange world, and sadly, no side asks permission.
Fair.
No side asks permission, because again, we shove the male-female thing down kids' throats everywhere else in the world too, without permission. It's hard. Like I said, there's no clear answer right now, because we're so exceptionally divided on everything. I mean, schools without permission pull education on Black people in America.
Oh, I saw it. That was pissed. I was pissed.
But the problem is, this is only the first time that it's being shown publicly. They've been doing it for forever.
True.
Without permission.
True.
Without permission. And no one comes up in arms when they find that out about the school. No one.
I tried to at Guilford actually one time. I was like, you know this, you know that, and unfortunately, because I'm not Black people are mad at me.
Again, a divide. Anyone should be able to bring that up as an issue.
Right.
Anyone should be able to talk about it.
They were offended. Like, how dare you talk about our history? Like, it's our history. My people were there too. His people were there too. Your people were there too. I'm sorry. The American School Board has withdrawn a lot of Native American history and a lot of Asian history and a lot of just everything without permission. You know,
and so it's the picky thing of, all right, well, why are we up in arms and creating an issue with this situation that didn't ask for permission, but we're not up in arms about any of this because we don't consider it equal.
That's true.
We don't consider any of it equal, but it's all equal. It's all human experience and human education. If we were to educate children correctly from the time they're born, we would just present life, period, with no bias, no religious bias, no color bias, no gender or sex bias. No...
I don't think that's even possible though, because we just never, we don't know,
exactly.
We don't work like that.
Exactly. And so what we're left with is we're always going to have broken kids that become broken adults because of how they were raised.
Also,
the pros and the
another thing,
cons.
here's something I realized. I'm sorry, I gotta skip the question, but
Yeah.
I was so mad about this. I was thinking about it. When I was a child, I remember distinctly clearly, when I was a child, you would hear at McDonald's, would you like to donate to feed a kid in this rural area? But now it's gone to, would you like to feed a child? It's not, it's there. And it pisses me off because that's the world we're inheriting. This is our inheritance, and no one cares. And then I see the mutilating of these people, these poor kids. Again, I just call them mutilating because that's what it is to me at least. And I'm just like, people are dying. Children are dying. Children are starving in the states of a supposedly first world country.
Right.
This is the inheritance that I am living in right now, and I'm like, every time I hear, would you like to donate? I'm like, yes. Every time I'm curious of what it is for, because there's always so many. So like, is it for the hospital? Is it for the food? Is it for this? But every time I'm always like, don't forget to ask me. Don't forget to ask me. Don't forget to ask me, because I'm like, I have to do something. This is my fault. I love Panic Source for this. I don't know if they know they're doing this, but whenever I go there, they're like, would you like to make a donation? And I'm like, yes. Like, how much? I love they don't go automatically to the round. This is because the thing is me. I'm like, I don't want to sound cheap, and that's what I love about it, because it gets you. I think it gives even more. So I always do $3. And I always worry, was that too much or was that too little? Because typically maybe 5, but at the same time I'm broke and I'm cheap.
But you gave.
Right. But it's like, but that's what I also like about it. That's why I did the 3, because it just seems even. Or just like, at least I felt better. At least it wasn't $2. That's all I say. At least it wasn't $2. But maybe 2. No. No. But it's like, that's what I love about Panda. It's like I go there and I feel like they should just ask that. Would you like to donate? And leave it and see what you can get out of the person. Either conscious, guilty, conscious. As they're out there in the line, and the people behind like, oh shoot. And then you feel sort of God on them. Like, okay, do I want to go to heaven? Yes, I do. like yeah. So, anyway. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know, side rights?
Side rate. We love side rates. We love side rates.
I don't know why. It's weird. I mean, I guess it's not that weird when you really think about it. It's weird. I'm so protective of children. But I don't want them. Because I know myself. I can never raise one. I can never, ever truly raise them well. And that's what I hate about society. It's like, bro, I'm responsible. How am I more responsible than most adults in America who are having a child as a child?
Yep, that's true. Alright, girl, I sent you your profile image.
Yay!
So that is there now.
Thank you. So yeah. Thank you for your time.
Everything's gonna be awesome. Be excited. It's gonna be scary the first couple weeks. Let it be scary. Let it be a little chaotic.
I'm gonna be terrified.
And then it'll be fine.
I'm gonna be terrified.
Text me anytime. Even if I'm teaching or whatever, I'll respond as soon as I have a break.
Okay. By the way, you know what sucks? I knew this was gonna be hard ever since I was 3. And I know, because I remember. I was like, it's gonna be shitty, it's gonna be hard. I know what life is. I don't understand it, but I know what it is. And you grow up knowing this, and then you get to it, and it's still shitty. It doesn't make it any easier. I'm like, why do I have to suffer by being intelligent enough to know it? I could have said bliss. Anyway. Oh well.
Yeah. That is life.